All right, Culture Amp, this is Dave. I'm going to go over the Ultimate Hero block and how to use it to build Ultimate Hero sections to make it sound dramatic. It is truly one hero block to rule them all, to borrow the Tolkienism. First of all, you do need to be logged in to follow along. If you are following along, make sure that you're logged in and you navigate over to the Ultimate Hero page. And I'm going to be switching back and forth between the edit screen and the actual loaded screen here. And just so that you know what we're looking at, this is the first of the 4 layouts, which is 2 columns with an image on the right and our text and optional things on the left here. Beneath our Ultimate Hero block, I also popped in our logos block, which I think exists on almost every single landing page that we have. Anyway, I just figured that I might as well fill up a little bit of space to make this a little more realistic. So let's head over to the edit page and we're going to start changing things around. For example, let's go ahead and remove the image of the fish, and we're going to copy over our lead 1 text here and add it to the lead 2 paragraph area. And you'll see how quick and easy it is to swap out content here on the landing page. So instead of having that image, we have this same exact paragraph duplicated. But let's say we actually don't want that. Really what we want is a list. And I'll just start making a list with some random words here from our lead paragraph, because in this short demo, I don't have enough time to make things up. So just taking the easy way out and copying and pasting here. I go ahead and update, and instead of having our lead 2 paragraph, what we're going to have is a list, the lead list. We still have our CTA buttons, we still have everything else, but we're just swapping out for that section. We can also stack more than one of these if we cared to. I actually have a little controller variable set up that I didn't end up using just yet. It's there in case we want it, but I haven't used it yet. So let's say we do have a lead image, but we also wanted to have a list in there. If you go ahead and populate both fields, you will get them all to appear. So we can create pretty dynamic pages that way, with, let's say, a short list below maybe a very short lead paragraph, and an image with CTAs and the learn more and our image. So you can stack these in any way you want. That's really the point here. Just to show you some of the functionality. But anyway, I'm going to get rid of the lead list, and then I'm going to scroll down just a little bit further here to show you the controls for the rest of this block. So first of all, we do have a primary CTA, and the primary CTA label, that corresponds to this button. And then we have our secondary CTA and secondary CTA label, which corresponds to this button. There's also our image and form input area, and then you'll also see a video embed area over here. This is only valid on certain layouts, as is the form. So eventually we'll be able to deploy some conditional logic in this edit block interface that will hide the variables that are not relevant to one of these options. So for example, if I'm on the 2 column with graphic, the form code isn't valid, so why display it to the user and make it more confusing? But for right now, it is displaying the image and not the form. However, let's say I want to go ahead and change that. All I need to do is switch from 2 column with graphic to 2 column with form and click update. And the page template now will take that form code and build our form using that instead. It also makes some other minor modifications to the layout, such as the learn more is no longer centered beneath. This is on the left-hand side and left aligned. But you'll note that we still have our image right here. And if I go ahead and start adding some of these other content areas, items in these other content areas, we will get all of this stuff stacked on the left-hand side there, just as it worked before with the image on the right. And now I think maybe I clicked an extra item. I did. Let's unclick that and get rid of that extra space, because that looks silly. So there we go. There is our form with a couple of extra fields, but just know that anything that you have entered will be displayed here on the front end, and anything that you omit, like so, will simply disappear from the front end. So you can, oops, I didn't update the page when I did that. Will simply disappear from the front end. Okay, there. The magic works a little bit better when I actually click update. So you can see how quickly that you can switch back and forth between having different sets of content here on the Ultimate Hero. Let's go ahead and take a look at another one of the layouts. So let's go with the third layout, which is one column of text above a graphic or a video. So I'm going to go ahead and click update. So what we're going to expect now is the title label, the lead paragraph, any of this stuff that we end up putting in there, and our CTAs, and it should all be above this image right here. So I'm going to come back here to our Ultimate Hero page and reload, and there we go. So we have our image, we've got our header, we have our lead, everything's centered. We still have our learn more here centered at the bottom, and we have our image. But you will also note that it is supposed to be over a graphic or a video. So that's where this video embed field comes into play. Let's go to YouTube and take a look at something like a Powerwall video for the California blackouts, a DIY Powerwall. Click on embed, grab the embed code, bring that over here to our block edit interface and click update. Head back over here to the landing page, and you'll note that we're not just bumping our image down or moving it somewhere. We're actually just replacing that code with the video embed code. So just know that if you have video embed code or anything here in this content area, it will take the place of the image in the instance where that is valid setting. So if I have that on over here, for the Ultimate Hero, and I switch this to something that doesn't have a video like this, it won't do that. But here on the one column with a graphic or a video, if you do have anything here in the video embed area, it will overwrite the image and be displayed instead. So I'll go ahead and remove that. Click update here and come back to the page to reload, and we have our image back. Now let's say we decide we want an opt-in bar instead of our CTAs. So we get rid of our CTAs and put in an opt-in bar, and we'll say, I don't know, click here, and it will just go to the thanks URL. I'll go ahead and reload the page, and found something I need to fix. This should be centered. But you get the idea. It's really easy to swap things around. I'm making note of where this is located right now, and we'll fix that with my next commit for this particular project. But go ahead and play with it. I'm sure there are other little inconsistencies that I didn't catch, like this one. But you will note that I think most of it is working fairly well. So let's take a look at the last layout here. I'm going to update this. And what we should have is exactly what I was expecting. We've got our title, our label, our lead paragraph over our image with our form on the right with the learn more at the bottom. Note the opt-in is not part of this label. That's why it is not displayed here, or it's not part of this format, because there's already a form on the page. Why would we have a second opt-in? Doesn't make any sense. So like I said, play around with this block, find the places where it's not working, let me know where it's not working. We'll get those ironed out and fixed, and get you guys using this block. Just one more example, actually, while I'm going through all of this. Why don't we actually replace our background with an image this time, and swap that out for coral for the logo, and that should also change our image text. And there we go. We have a completely different look and feel for our landing page with just a couple of clicks. And you can also see different variations of the same content with an image background versus that dark blue background, with the logo being coral and the text being black versus the logo being white and all of the text being white. So feel free to play around with this page. I don't think there's really anything that you can do to break anything. Like I said, if you do find weird inconsistencies like we just found a moment ago with that opt-in being left aligned instead of being center aligned, make the bug reports and I'll take care of those things. I think that's it for this little video. I hope it's helpful. Let me know if you have any questions. Thanks.